Welcome to the Class of 2020 Commencement exercises. Thank you for sharing this moment with us and our graduates. A photographer will take photos of all the graduates tonight. If you are interested in ordering photos, you may do so with the order form that was made available at the front entrance. If you need an order form, please contact the high school office following the ceremony. It is my pleasure to welcome each of you to the commencement exercises of the 60th graduating class of Harper Creek High School. I'm Principal Dennis Anthony, and I have the distinct privilege of presiding over the ceremony this evening to celebrate the class of 2020. Joining me on stage is Superintendent Rob Ridgway and members of the Board of Education. Though the ceremony may be different than what we expected or wanted, let us remember that we are here to celebrate the journey of several years and not the ceremony of just one day. It is customary that a representative of the senior class conducts opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, Executive Board President Brenna Miller.
Class of 2020, I want to start by apologizing in advance for this makeshift speech. Can you believe I was actually looking forward to writing one of these things until I realized how difficult it was? As I sat down to write, I realized I didn't know what advice I had to deliver to the crowd sitting in front of me today, or in this case, the crowd that is watching my recording. The purpose of a commencement speech is for one to deliver advice to their fellow classmates about how to live out in the real world. But I, for one, am not convinced that the world we've been living in for the past 18 years is any less real than the one we're about to enter. Therefore, I am less speechless in terms of advice. Instead, I will stand before you today, or be displayed upon your screen, and remind you of how proud you should be of yourself, because I, for one, am very proud of the class of 2020. Let's take a journey through time together to our elementary days. I remember stepping onto the playground for the first time, feeling a sense of freedom as I felt the wood chips squish beneath my light-up Skechers. I was finally one of the cool kids who went to school all day long. I'm sure all the Waddles Park students can agree when I say Mr. Santini made our elementary days better with his puppet shows and his baby chicks, and Mrs. Davison made our lunchtime more memorable with her gorilla imitation. Then one day we blinked and we found ourselves in the 4th grade, longing to leave the baby school behind and enter a school where we got to go to more than one classroom a day. The day came where we found ourselves standing in the halls of Harper Creek Middle School, where 3 elementaries became one. Elementary friendships broke as kids discovered that there was more out there for them to choose from. We started finding out who we wanted to be, who we wanted to surround ourselves with. Here, kids chose their friendships based on athletic ability and the brand of clothes on one's back. But you knew it was a real friendship if they bought you a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie in the lunch line. Again, though, the day came where we longed to leave the school and into the one we believed would be bigger and better. Our expectations were quickly put into reality, though, when we learned high school was nothing like High School Musical. Our high school dances were filled with scary big kids, and then one day we became the not-so-scary big kids, and those dances were suddenly filled with annoying freshmen. Sorry, freshmen. We arrived at senior year ready to take on all the laughs that were lying ahead of us. But then suddenly our senior football season was flipped upside down when the mosquitoes became deadly. We moved forward, though, and made it past winter break, rounding the corner to graduation, when another monkey wrench was thrown into our plans. However, we made the best out of what was given to us. We finished writing the final pages of this chapter, even if it had to be done at home. As we look back on the last 13 years together, the laughs we shared, the memories we created, those will last a lifetime. The people sitting around you are the ones who shaped you into the person you are today. It is now time for us to say goodbye to the place we called home the last 4 years. It is time we meet new people and explore new places. Class of 2020, I pray that as you step out into the world before you, you find your place. Some of us are going to college in the fall, others are jumping right into the workforce. Some of us are on our way to starting families and getting married. Others will live out their youth as long as they can. Whatever road you find yourself taking, I pray you find peace and happiness along the way. As I said earlier, I hope you are all just as proud of yourselves as I am. Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, Brenna. Our keynote speech this year will be delivered by Harper Creek Community Schools Superintendent, Mr. Rob Ridgway. Mr. Ridgway?
Class of 2020, you are a unique class, a class like no other in history. We are here on July 31st, 2 months after your scheduled graduation ceremony, and we are still not able to celebrate in person all together. Your senior year began full of promise, the beginning of your 13th year, the final culmination of your undergraduate educational career. Enter Eastern Equine Encephalitis, or EEE, the mosquito-borne virus that upset sports schedules, after-school activities, and even canceled your homecoming parade. But you rolled with the changes. Despite it, you celebrated. Spring of 2020 ushered in COVID-19 or coronavirus. Virtually overnight, life was put in quarantine. Spring break plans were altered or canceled. School as you knew it for 12 years came to a halt. You had distance learning for remote classrooms, but through uncertainty, you rolled with the punches, and despite it, you succeeded. The class of 2020 has received hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships, accolades, and awards. Marching forth to new educational pursuits, business ventures, military careers, and industry, you are showing us all how to succeed in the uncertainty in the wake of the pandemic's new normal. But this is certain, class of 2020, you are resilient. You are remarkable. You have done what no other class has done. So go forth and accomplish the great things for which you are destined. 2020 strong.
Thank you, Mr. Ridgway. At this time, I would like to formally recognize our graduates who have informed us of their commitment to serve their countries as members of the armed forces. These students include Hunter Kuhn, Talon Cronkite, Ariana Hepler, James Osborne, and Jonathan Walbeck. On behalf of the Harper Creek community, thank you for your service. At this time, we would like to recognize our top academic students, including our salutatorian and valedictorian. Receiving honors for high academic achievement of 4.0 or higher: Kylie Bird, Madeline Drew, Allison Folkema, Allison Graham, Lauren LaFleur, Shelby Mankey, Kelly McCafferty, Savannah Peterson, Adeline Rocco, Gabrielle Stanfler, Grace Weller, and Jackson Wilcox. Congratulations, high academic achievers. Earning valedictorian status, it is my honor to recognize Karina Baird. Congratulations, Karina. Earning salutatorian status, it is my honor to recognize Julian Warner. Congratulations, Julian. Our salutatorian has elected to impart his wisdom and share his thoughts this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, salutatorian Julian Warner.
Before I start my speech, I would like to congratulate valedictorian Karina Baird and the class of 2020. I also want to thank the educators and staff members who contributed to our ambitions and helped us achieve our goals and dreams. Also thanks to my mom, the countless strong women and few strong men who have helped me on my life's journey so far. I have a dream. This is one of the first speeches we learn about in our systematic education. On the cusp of an everlasting change in our society, Martin Luther King manifested his dream of the future through demand, leadership, and action. When we start our life in this monstrous universe, we're like a clean piece of paper or an untouched pile of clay. The people who have the authority to impact our lives are the authors to our journey, the shapers of our future. Our parents and siblings teach us the rights and wrongs of life. We develop a moral compass which will be used to steer our decisions for the rest of our life. And we generate a personality that the world will know us as. Then we enter school, something that has become an instrumental 14 years of our childhood. Our teachers are paid to teach us facts and trivia that are one Google search away. But I believe a teacher's true job extends much further than the information they give us, instead to the intangible lessons that we learn from them. In this critical time of life, our teachers give us the topic or thesis of our journey. For me, my kindergarten teacher instilled the belief that I could be good at whatever I set my mind to. This created an ambitious and never settling mindset. And in middle school, my teacher's lessons extended to realizing the impact my peers had on me and the impact I had on them. We see this as peer pressure, but I learned that this impact could be channeled through leadership, to help bring peers up and inspire friends to be the best we could be. In high school, the narrative of education shifts a little more. In my opinion, the job of a teacher becomes less important. Us students get a little more control of our story as we polish the content and add context. This chapter of our lives was developed not by the people given to us, but by the people we let into our inner circle. This may be some teachers, possibly mentors, commonly friends, and sometimes enemies. The things we learn about life are not necessarily new to us, but they become more detailed. Our ambitions are more clear, and our moral compass is upgraded, updated, and used more than ever. A sour friendship can teach us how to trust people. A best friend can show us the people we want to be in the future, and an enemy can show us the qualities we would hate to acquire. In these 4 years, we have learned more about ourselves than ever before, maturing at a rate we will not experience again in our lives. The goal of education may be to educate kids in America, but we should measure the success if we are ready to shape the future. In my hopes, we are. As we have been deciding where to now take our lives, we reflect on our unique life journey that has been shaped and narrated by many people and many experiences. And now it is our turn to shape the future. The Harper Creek class of 2020 has the potential to change Battle Creek, Michigan, possibly even the world, but it is up to us. We have to make the choice. Future educators have the choice of what lessons they will instill in the generations to come after us. Future mechanics or receptionists have a choice to create meaningful community relationships between customers and small businesses. Future small business owners have the choice to contribute to the community and create a positive atmosphere or take the people's money and prosper. Future politicians have a choice, work for the people or hold on to out-of-date old-time legislation. Future nurses, doctors, and dentists have the choice to continue working for a selfish healthcare system or to work on improving this system from within. Future mothers and fathers have the choice of what moral compass to prepare their kids with. We are the future, and we have a choice to make. Will we make the future great, or will we settle for what we know as normal? Obama said it best. We did not come to fear the future, we came here to shape it. So, let's go shape it. Thank you.
Thank you, Julian. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I present the senior class of 2020 to Mr. Robert Ridgway, Superintendent of Harper Creek Community Schools, and recommend them for graduation.
On behalf of the faculty and administration at the high school, I present the class of 2020 to the Board of Education, and in doing so certify that each member has met the requirements for a diploma and is entitled to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Thank you, Mr. Ridgway. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I present the senior class of 2020 to Mr. Bo Bass, President of the Harper Creek Board of Education.
It is my honor to speak to you this evening, the 2020 graduates of Harper Creek. Over the last couple of weeks, I asked myself what my life experiences have taught me, what I might do differently, and what I value the most in my life today. I'll start by addressing your next 5 years of life. Be diligent, set written goals, make a plan now, and adjust as necessary. These may dictate a significant portion of the rest of your life. Don't leave time on the table, make the most of every day. Continue to invest in yourself through lifelong learning in whatever form you choose. Add structure, processes, and systems to help manage your life. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Learn and embrace from your mistakes, missteps, and failures. Everybody makes them. You will have tough, trying, and traumatic times in your life. Take a breath and realize tomorrow is a brand new day and a new opportunity to start over. Be philanthropic with your time and resources. Volunteer and give back. Be respectful and try to understand people by viewing life from their perspective. Take a measured approach, stay the course, and always try to be kind. Be the best at whatever you do. Earn it. Few things come without sacrifice and hard work. A couple of financial pieces of advice. Pay yourself and your future now by saving a portion of each paycheck. And the other is to stay away from unnecessary debt, especially credit card debt. Enjoy your life, your successes, and your family. Cherish the memories you make. Speaking of your family, don't forget to thank your friends, family, and anyone who helped you get here for their countless years of love, support, and guidance. In closing, each of you comes from varying backgrounds and circumstances, some being very challenging. With that being said, tomorrow starts the next chapter in your life. The next line is yours to write. Congratulations, 2019 Harper Creek graduating seniors. I hope each of you find genuine happiness. God bless, smile, you did it. Mr. Anthony?
Thank you, Mr. Best. Mr. Best, if you would please step up to receive the senior class of 2020.
By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Education, and by them delegated to me as president, I hereby confer upon you the diploma of Harper Creek High School. Again, congratulations.
Thank you. At this time, the graduates may proceed to receive their diplomas. As high school principal, I will make the final roll call this evening. Congratulations, class of 2020. To signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it is my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I present the senior class of 2020 to Mr. Rob Ridgway, Superintendent of Harper Creek Community Schools, and recommend them for graduation.
On behalf of the faculty and administration at the high school, I present the class of 2020 to the Board of Education, and in doing so, certify that each member has met the requirements for a diploma and is entitled to all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I present the senior class of 2020 to Mr. Bo Best, President of the Harper Creek Board of Education.
By the authority of the state of Michigan, vested in the Board of Education, and by them delegated to me as president, I hereby confer upon you the diploma of Harper Creek High School. Congratulations.
The graduates may now proceed to receive their diplomas. As high school principal, I will make the final roll call. Will the class of 2020 please come forward? Evan Frey. Richard Elkins.
Ricky!
Carla Elkins.
Oh, hey.
Madison Marshall. Madison is also receiving the Michigan Competitive Scholarship and the GSVU Award for Excellence. Corinna Baird. Corinna is receiving the Michigan Competitive Scholarship, U of M Lena M. and Richard S. J. Sellers Memorial Scholarship, the Christy Ferree Scholarship, McCurdy Memorial Foundation and Emily Schofield Trust Scholarship, the Blanche Barr Trone Scholarship, and the Court Martin Academic Scholarship. Kennedy Noel Krieger. Kennedy is receiving the Michigan Competitive Scholarship as well as the SVSU Founder Scholarship. Joseph Michael Alexander. Joseph is receiving the Julie T. Hazel Norman Scholarship. Jonathan Sonneborn.
Look at him when you take the picture, Jonathan.
Nice job, John.
Allison Catherine Graham. Allison is receiving the Harper Creek Optimist Memorial Scholarship, GSVU Randy and Debbie Price Scholarship, and the Soresco Community Club Scholarship. Tice Jenkins. Tice is receiving the CACC Student Services Scholarship. Just stand there.
I'm good. I should have short hair like you.
Students, make your way. Students, you're gonna now line up in front of the stage. Tice all the way down to that dot. Class of 2020, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. Yes, you may throw your caps. Thank you, families. At this time, students and families, please move to your next location, to the soccer field. With the next group of graduates and their families, please take their places on the field. Logan McNeil.
Yay, Uncle Logan.
Marlena Pollyann Zimmerman.
Congratulations, boss, for your picture.
Marlena is receiving the Glenn and June Williams Chapel Hill United Methodist Church Scholarship. Jackson Thomas Wilcox. Jackson is receiving the Harper Creek Adrian College full tuition scholarship, as well as the Amy Yeast Tennis Scholarship. Elijah Ronald Shipley. Chandler Jarrett Freilich.
Thank you.
Ethan Charles Shipley. Ethan is receiving the Rosebud Award by the Rotary Club of Battle Creek. Elijah was also receiving the Rosebud Award for the Rotary Club of Battle Creek. Jaden Allen Mainstone.
Sorry. Thank you.
Tristan Brosler.
Sorry. Awesome picture. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Congratulations.
Tyler Andrews. Tyler is receiving the Karen K. Duncan Scholarship and the Carl C. Gatwart Memorial Scholarship.
Congratulations.
Alex Andrews. Alex is receiving the Karen K. Duncan Scholarship. With the class of 2020, please step forward.
All the way to the end, blue. Mrs. Oaks. Right to Mrs. Oaks.
Right there, Miss Hopes. Stop. Kim, you're on in spot.
What's up, man?
Class of 2020, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps. Darian Costa. Darian is receiving the Grand Valley State University Laker Scholarship, Cornerstone University Golf Athletic Scholarship, Cornerstone University Dean Scholarship, Siena Heights University Golf Scholarship, Siena Heights University Honors Scholarship, Adrian College Dean Scholarship, Adrian College Scholarship Day Scholarship, Spring Arbor University Golf Scholarship, Spring Arbor University Presidential and Admission Scholarship, as well as the Michigan Competitive Grant. Madeline Drew. Madeline is receiving the Eastern Michigan University Emerald Scholarship. Anna Johnson. Bree Stamfler. Bree is receiving the Michigan Tech Merit Scholarships. Zach Hoffman. Elizabeth Ann Perkins. Eleni Lynn Miller. Allison Irene Folkema. Christopher James Burdick. Gavin Tooman. Gavin is receiving the Dave Studer Athletic Wrestling Scholarship. Will the class of 2020 please step forward? Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps. Or not. Yeah, it's up to you. Thank you, students. Jasmine De La Forêt. Ariana Lynn Hepler. Ariana will be serving her country as a member of the Army National Guard. Hunter Dowding. Charlotte Ann Root.
Charlotte!
Yay, Charlotte.
Kayla Elizabeth Chapman.
Okay, Kayla.
Trevor Brooks.
Congratulations. Good job. Well done. There it is, Trevor. Watch for the picture. Good job.
Brendan Martin.
Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Erica Nichelle Gibson. Medicine Christine Powell.
Good job. Congratulations.
Will the class of 2020 now step forward in front of the stage?
Oh, that's right. So
Class of 2020, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassel from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps at this time. Thank you, student. Alexandra Ray Sawyer. Emma Christine Zinke.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Noah Evan Brandt.
Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations, Noah. Pause for a picture. Perfect. Good luck.
Faith Lee Rue.
Congratulations. Pause for your picture.
Faith is receiving the Harper Creek Adrian College Tuition Scholarship, as well as the Career Center Clara Minor Fuller Scholarship. Peyton Frey.
Good job. Congratulations. Good job. Pause for the picture. Congratulations.
Natalie Michelle Kissinger.
Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations. There you go.
Maya Ann Green.
Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations, Maya.
Heather Marie Stewart.
Congratulations. Good job. Hey, congratulations. Good job. Perfect. Good luck.
Alexa Ray Willavise.
Good job. Congratulations. Good job. Yeah, and good luck. Picture will last forever.
Austin Troop.
Congratulations. Good job. Well done. Congratulations, Austin. Good luck.
Class of 2020, please step forward in front of the stage. Class of 2020, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps. Let them rip. Brenna Rose Miller. Brenna is receiving the Christy Ferree Scholarship as well as the Bronco Merit Scholarship. Gabrielle Patrice Bishop. Gabrielle is receiving the Carson Scholarship as well as the Harper Creek Optimist Essay Scholarship. Michaela Lane Barnes. Michaela is receiving the Calhoun Area Career Center Clara Minor Fuller Scholarship. Noah Allen Fredenberg. You made it. Braden Alexander Davis. Nicholas James Pape. Jason Brad Fraley.
Good job, Mr. Fraley. Well done. Congratulations. Awesome. Thanks. There you go. Stand up.
Chloe Christine Crane. Sarah Jane Zaharian. Sarah is receiving the Albion College Commitment, the Senior Visit Scholarship, as well as the Webster Scholarship. Hunter Dale Wilson.
Good job. Congratulations, Hunter. Good job.
Will the class of 2020 please step forward in front of the stage at this time? Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassel from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps. Roll call. Cole Martin.
Good job, buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations, Cole. Pause your picture, man. Pause your picture away. Your family take pictures. All right. Thanks, man. Yep.
Alex Clark.
Yeah, I think I'm going. Congratulations. Congratulations, Alex. Pause your picture. I'd love to take your camera. Yeah, no, I love it. Okay, all right. Good luck.
Jordan Allen Treat.
Congratulations, Jordan. Pause for the picture. Good luck.
Lindsay Page Eldred.
Good job. Congratulations. All right, good luck.
Jacob Daniel Maleko.
Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jacob. Good luck.
Dawson James Swafford.
Good job, buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, no, thanks. There you go. All right.
Ethan Nolan Hooker.
Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, they're coming. You have plenty of time.
Zachary Lawrence Supernaw.
Good job. Congratulations. Good luck. All right. Good luck.
Mason Cunningham.
Good job, buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good luck. Yeah, I know. It feels weird, eh?
Raekwon Funchess.
Well done. Good job. Good job, man. Congratulations. Hope everything goes great for your picture. It's pretty good there. All right, good luck. Appreciate it being here.
Graduates of 2020, will you please make your way in front of the stage at this time? Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassel from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps if you wish. Thank you, families. We ask that you take a quick moment to celebrate with your graduate before making your way. Ryan Hoffman.
Good luck.
Mackenzie Michelle Pruitt.
Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations, Mackenzie.
Marissa Lynn Martin.
Over there.
Elise Lynn Sackrider.
Congratulations. Give everybody a favor. Don't get another one. Good luck. Want Michigan break?
Shelby Brooke Mainkey. Shelby is also receiving the Cornerstone University Kingdom Scholarship, the Pastor Scholarship, the Multicultural Scholarship, the University Presidential Scholarship, as well as the Reverend Clifton W. Bullock and Vansel Bani Bullock Minority Education Scholarship. Savannah Marie Peterson. Savannah is receiving the Krista Faree Scholarship as well as University of Michigan Full Tuition Scholarship. Amelia Navarro. McKenna Christine Graham. For the class of 2020, please make their way to the front of the stage at this time. Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. You may throw your caps at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. Throw your caps if you want to. Throw them. Let them rip. Thank you. Please take a moment to celebrate with your graduate and then make your way to our soccer field. Thank you very much. Dominic Cortez. Brianna Haley Caraway. Kylie Marissa Vaden.
Congratulations.
Hunter David Kuhn. Hunter will be serving his country as a member of the United States Navy. Nicholas Jack Disher.
Congratulations. Keep watching the picture. All right, good job.
Alex Michael Pickett.
Congratulations. That's what you did.
Jack T. Hayes Kiger.
Congratulations, Jack. Did we get out? Yeah. Playing good? Oh, boy.
Jacob Liam Bragg.
Congratulations, Jacob. No pancakes today. Oh.
Probably should have thought about that.
Oh, that's all right. We got it.
Gabrielle Marie Edwards.
Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations, Gabrielle. Good luck.
I ask now that the class of 2020 please step to the front of the stage at this time. Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassel from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps at this time. Congratulations. I encourage you to take a few moments to celebrate with your graduate before making your way to our soccer field. Allison Brianne Crawford. Jalea Alejandra Sanchez. Julian Robert Warner, salutatorian. Julian will also be receiving the New York University Gallatin Scholarship, the Futures Scholarship, the John Craig Allen Scholarship, the Youth Alliance Committee Russell G. and Ruth Mulvey Scholarship, the Reverend Clifton Bullock and Bonnie Bullock Minority Education Scholarship. Ashley Nicole Youngblood. Chelsea Elizabeth Dale. Aaliyah Nicole Hall. Isabel Francis Burke. Avery Jean Cable. Avery is receiving the Future Force Scholarship to Western Michigan University.
Good luck.
Kylie Ann Bird. Kylie is receiving the Carl C. Gatwart Memorial Scholarship as well as the Krista Faree Scholarship. Will the graduates of 2020 please make your way in front of the stage at this time? Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps at this time if you like. Somebody's got to throw it. Launch it. Let it go. Congratulations. Please. Adeline Elizabeth Rocco. Peyton Ellery Bess.
Way to go, Peyton!
Peyton is also receiving the Kevin Swafford Memorial Scholarship. Abigail Joe Honeycutt. Abigail is receiving the Alan and Dorothy Miller Scholarship, the Grand Valley State University Laker Scholarship, the 2020 Ratner Scholarship, International Compliance Professionals Association Scholarship. Abigail Esther Schazenbaker. Macy Alana Fredenberg.
Down there and out wherever you people are at.
Macy, look this way.
Julia Bashara Hooker.
Okay for all you people.
Riley Elizabeth Trammell. Elizabeth Ann Salt.
I love it.
My second daughter.
I know. We know.
Cameron Coates. James Enriquez Jr. Graduates, will you please step forward in front of the stage at this time? I'd like to also recognize Adeline Rocco for receiving the Harper Creek Optimist Memorial Scholarship. Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassel from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps at this time, if you wish. Congratulations. Let it fly. That was one of the better throws. Most people wow. Very good. Congratulations. We encourage you to celebrate. Riley Kimberlyn Denton. Sarah Jane Seymour. Caroline Michelle Scott.
Everybody take it.
Lauren Renee Lafleur. Lauren is receiving the Grand Valley State University Laker Scholarship. Alyssa Ann Wager. Alyssa is receiving the Paul Nikolic Harper Creek Memorial Scholarship, the Vern and Bonnie DeYoung Family Athletic Scholarship, as well as the Dave Smith Memorial Scholarship. Jaden Hunter Wirt. Madeline Nicole Thompson. Sydney Eleanor Thompson. Sydney is the recipient of Kathy and Larry Reiser Scholarship. Mary Katrina Welk. Mary is receiving the KCC Board of Trustees Scholarship, the Amy Yeast Tennis Scholarship, as well as the Kevin Swafford Memorial Scholarship. Will the class of 2020 please move to the front of the stage at this time? Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek Schools, the graduating class of 2020. Let them fly if you want to. Anybody? Throw them up if you want. Congratulations. We encourage you to spend a few. Brandon Dickinson. Austin Richard Fry. Connor Lee Doogie Dugan. Sarah Nay Weber. Sarah is the recipient of the Olivet College Cheer Scholarship. Jacob Alexander Miller. Jacob is the recipient of the Valley City State University Merit Scholarship. Aspen Tyler Courts. Samuel John Scripture. Connor Douglas Fenley. James Elliott Osborne. Tiffany Elaine Bedwell. Class of 2020 graduates, will you please make your way to the front of the stage at this time? Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it is my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. You may throw your caps. Let them rip, let them fly. That was a good one. Trevor Allen Xavier Collins.
Get the picture. He's coming. Yours? Just come around.
Smile, boy.
I am smiling.
Congratulations.
Joel Baravino.
Congratulations, buddy.
Xandra Alexis Nicole McCullough. Xandra is the recipient of Finlandia University Dean Scholarship, FASFA Award, the Merit Scholarship, the Services Scholarship, as well as the Visiting Scholarship.
Well done. Well done. Good luck.
Mackenzie Ann Doherty.
Thank you.
Leanna Nicole Roberts.
Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you for having this
Thank you.
ceremony. Thank you.
Good luck.
Michaela Ann Osborne. Michaela is the recipient of the Central Michigan University Multicultural and the Merit-Based Scholarship.
All right, congratulations. Good luck.
Ariane Kyrie McCrae.
Congratulations. Good job. Well done. Congratulations. Thank you. Good luck. Good job.
Elizabeth Green.
Good job. Good audience out there, too. Congratulations.
Elizabeth.
Timothy Woollett. Celeste Eleanor Ruppel.
Good job.
Here, everybody.
Most photographer award.
Yeah, most pictures in them.
Graduates, if you would please move in front of the stage at this time. Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure as principal of Harper Creek High School to introduce to you the new alumni of Harper Creek Schools, the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations. You may throw your cap. Gavin Max Staffeld.
Gavin!
Skylar John Brennan. Jalen Frederick Flemons. Brendan Nicholas Peck. Austin Michael Marks. Zachary Taylor Crow. Avery Jeanette Graft. Ruby Marissa Korn. Grace Kelly Weller. Grace is the recipient of the Krista Faree Scholarship, the Amy Yeast Tennis Scholarship, as well as the Tafty Hernandez Memorial Scholarship. Kelly Ruth McCafferty. Kelly is the recipient of the Michigan Competitive Scholarship, the Harper Creek Scholarship, the Dave Smith Memorial Scholarship, as well as the Thomas H. Elliott Scholarship. Graduates, at this time, would you move to the front of the stage, please?
Go back. There you go. You guys are here. Go on the blue dot. There we go.
Graduates, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. Let them fly! Graylin Ken Dishman. Ian Patrick LaFountain. Adam Christopher David Ratliff. Storm Isaac Rolls. Drew Paul Mitchell. Caleb Walker Shiflett. Wyatt Cameron Irons. Carson Joseph Pasco. Keegan David Paul Nikolich. Keegan is also the recipient of the Paul Nikolich Harper Creek Memorial Scholarship. Ryan Nicholas Vetty. Thank you. Will the class of 2020 please step forward in front of the stage at this time?
Gotcha, Oaks.
Blue dot. Class of 2020, to signify your graduation, please join one another in moving your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Harper Creek High School, it's my pleasure to present to you the new alumni of Harper Creek High School, the graduating class of 2020. Let them fly! Allison Graham, Student Council Representative, will now give the closing remarks. Allison?
Class of 2020, we did it. Now I could stand up here and repeat what many people have already told us. We became stronger throughout this crisis. But this isn't necessarily true. I believe that we were already strong. We were born during 9/11, grew up and played during a recession, and in fact, 28% of our generation still stresses about where their next meal is coming from. But still, we even continue to go to school mass shooting after mass shooting, and now this is what determines our strength? We have always been strong. We have always been resilient. Our class is the one leading the revolution for change. We are the ones who will make equity for all a reality. No matter what once-in-a-lifetime event was occurring, We persevered. Even when we could feel fear and even hope rattle through our bones, and the intense feeling of burnout crawl over our skin, we went to school. Even through rough home lives, struggling to find out who we are and who we will grow into, we studied. We asked questions, we learned, we grew. Some of my peers may be shaking their heads laughing at this, but look where you are now. Sitting in front of your loved ones, getting ready to move your tassel to the left, getting ready to leave and continue to explore and learn and experience. Whether you're taking the traditional college route or going to trade school or going straight to work or to the military, just know that not only is every single person listening right now proud of you, but the class of 2020 is proud of you too. Unfortunately, there are still many rough times ahead of us. This is just the undeniable truth. But we are strong. We are the class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. As we conclude our ceremony this evening, I would like to close with a few words. I believe that the greatest thing in life we can do is to serve others and to leave a positive legacy behind. To me, in today's present circumstances, class of 2020, few things symbolize the idea better than a tree. You see, like you, every tree that grows tall has made a journey and has a story to tell. On a tree, its story can be told by the shape of its trunk, its crown, the marks on its bark, and ultimately the rings within its trunk. Some trees grow among a forest and blend in with the canopy, while others stick out, either because they are taller than the rest or because they stand alone. 4 years ago, I remember speaking to you at the 9th grade class meeting in the auditorium, challenging you to do better, to be better while you were in high school. I told you our job was to help you prepare for a world that would look very different, a world with jobs, opportunities, and challenges that doesn't exist yet. I did not imagine that would come true in 4 years' time, that you would face a dramatically different world even before you walked across this stage. But here we are and here you are. These are challenging times, but I believe that you are now colleagues of and will soon replace my generation to meet these challenges. I hope you do better than we have done, and I believe in the wisdom of the saying that a society grows great when one generation plants trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. There's an African proverb which says, when the roots are deep, there's no reason to fear the wind. I believe that in these times that could not be more true. You've all made an individual journey, but you've made it together with those surrounding you today, the Harper Creek class of 2020. Now is where you have more choice and where you choose to plant yourself, which forest you choose to grow in. I encourage you to find who and what will nourish you, so no matter how difficult the winds of life blow, you will stand tall, firmly planted, and not easily broken. The people in your life and the values you choose to embrace will contribute to how deep and how strong your roots are. Choose people who build you up. Choose paths that both allow you and force you to dream, to question, to listen, to explore, and even to fail. And know that there are times when it is right to live and act outside of your comfort zone. Because as author Susie Chasm says, fear and doubt kill more dreams than failure ever will. Only when you are rooted in such a place can you continue to learn and grow, so that you are always prepared to succeed in a world that is both uncertain and beautiful. As I said 4 years ago, have the courage to rely on the roots you make. Fail forward, persevere, do better, and be better. We have written a story together for many years and have many chapters with one another. Now it's time to turn the page and write your own story, so that when the book is ready to end, you can reflect back on it proud of what it says, joyful for what it has meant, and happy for what lives on after you, that you can be happy for the trees that you have planted. Congratulations, class of 2020. At this time, students and families, please exit the stadium.